Harry Skelton.
Hello and welcome to the Final Flight podcast. I don't know why the intro video has not started, but we are back to talking shite on the podcast. We've got Rich and we've got Joe back for one last time this season. We're going to do the Aintree Grand National meeting. Joe, I'll come to you first, mate. You're obviously going down for a couple of days, the Thursday and the Friday, mate. Are you looking forward to the Aintree weekend?
I can't wait, mate. Looking at the fields and, the quality of horses there, I'm quite surprised. Buzzing, we finally got the Lossiemouth Conhill clash. Probably more in favour of Lossiemouth in terms of conditions, but we will see. I'm still on Conhill. I'm still on Conhill, don't worry. But obviously she bottled Cheltenham and this must have always been the plan. We've got some good horses, good races, and we've had some big market movers as well.
Yeah, there's been some interesting things going on. Obviously, declarations for day one were a bit of thrown up in the air with a few big names not going for certain races. Rich, obviously, going to be banging Lossiemouth's drum all weekend. I can't wait to hear the end of it. Are you looking forward to a big weekend, mate?
Do you know what? I don't really get that excited for Aintree, but this year, something about it, I'm just quite looking forward to it. I don't know if that's because Cheltenham was so dire that maybe... I
was just going to say...
Maybe this is hoping for redemption, but I don't know. I just got a different vibe this year for Aintree.
Do you know what? You think about Cheltenham, right? We spend all year building up to it, and then when it's an absolute disgrace, betting wise, you just think, And now it's like Aintree's just round the corner, fresh as a daisy, new fields, new races. Not that much time to think about it. I quite enjoy it. Weather's going to be nice. Ground's going to be decent. Should be a good weekend. Right, where to start then? We're going to dive straight in. We're going to go for the Manifesto Novices Chase. The first race tomorrow. It's in Preveiw Pass. As favourite, Django Bayi steps up in trip. You've got Croke Park coming in, who skipped Cheltenham. Gidley Park, Rubo, or Abode, Kaluki Kid, Boom Born for Skeltons, Mark of Gold, Fast Mode. Oh yeah, if you didn't already go watch the Harry Skelton interview that we just did earlier today, that was pretty good. He did a good few words on all of his runners and a few nice tidbits there. Go on then, Rich. In Preveiw Pass, Django Bay, what do you think?
It's a good start for the meeting. I think it's going to be quite competitive. I do like Croke Park, although you could probably say the Ballyburn form doesn't mean a bean now. After he bombed out in the Browns. Sorry, James.
In the defence of Ballyburn, they did run him like a set of TWATs. That's all I'll say. You've got a horse who needs to see his fences, a horse who's good off the front. For some reason, Genius will. What do I know? I'm not the master trainer. Let's try and settle him out back. No chance. I knew straight away his race will run. Shame. He'll probably pop up at Punchestown and
win.
He
gives too many lengths away over his fences.
Oh, don't start with that.
I thought he dropped £1 on the way at the start and was looking for it. I swear he was.
Look, you got a horse that runs like that, so you need to give him as much time to see his fences. So there must have been a slight negative doubt in the mind that he wouldn't stay. So they've obviously tried to settle him, but it just didn't work straight away. You could tell he weren't happy. He'll probably win it. If he runs at Punchestown, you watch him go and win. Watch him run him different and go and win, and I'll be seething. Let's be honest. Probably. I won't be backing him again anyway.
Yeah, I mean it's between the top two. I do like Django Bay. I thought he was very impressive in the Arkle. I mean he came from nowhere. He's not a 2-miler. This is his trip. I've already backed him for the Ryanair anti-post. It's a tricky one because in Preveiw Pass finished third at the DRF. He skipped Cheltenham. I do kind of like horses that skip Cheltenham, especially how close Aintree is now. He's probably the one I'd maybe side with. I mean, he won last year, didn't he? Against was it Bob
Langadan
and Langadan?
Was that was the three-way Bob on the line, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Langadan was robbed, wasn't he?
Nah.
Yeah, in Preveiw Pass for me, I think it's a good hot contest. I mean, Gidley Park's not a bad horse. Robard's run fairly decent. I'm looking forward to it, but I would maybe just side with in Preveiw Pass.
Yeah, it's a fair comment, mate. I'm kind of hedging that way himself, but go on then, Joe. Which way are you going with it?
I do like in Preveiw Pass, but with what I've seen, I know it is. Do you know what I said going into this? I'm going to try and stay away from Cheltenham Festival horses, especially ones who've had hard races. I mean, it looked like he had to pull everything out the bag to win that Arkle, but I just think there'd be so much improvement come out of him. And Perry Pass, like Rich said, is that Ballyburn form enough? You're not sure, but we all know what Willie Mullins is like, and having a course winner here already this time of year is pretty important. Having them still ready late on in the season. I can't get away from it. I'm going to back Django. I'll be backing Django Bay. I can't get away from him. I just think the step up in trip, it's in a way, it's too obvious. It's screaming. Like I say, for me, Django Bay either wins or he blows up. You'll definitely see if the racers took it out of him or not. I don't think Willie's scared to make that decision if he has, so I'd probably feel confident in the fact that it hasn't been too much for him, and I would go Django Bay.
Yeah, it's a fair comment, mate. I think when it all boils down to it, I'm gonna chance in Perry Pass. Obviously, similar route to last year. He did get beat at the DRF last year and then went on to win the aintree, obviously. Similar sort of thing here. Yeah, the race against Ballyburn and Croke Park, I probably put a bit of a line through it, kind of, held up. Yeah, just one of them. Maybe he don't quite peak at that time and then peaks for this. They'll skip Cheltenham and aim for this. Croke Park's, I think, got a fair chance, but just a horse I've just not got on with. I didn't fancy him at all, to be honest. So I'll stick with it in Perry Pass myself as well, and we'll see what happens. Right, moving on then to the Boodles anniversary 4-year-old juvenile grade 1. Now, this was a massive market shake-up. You had Lalamba in here, you had Lady Vega Allen in here, Hello Neighbour in here. They're all now gone. We've seen a massive punt on Put Your Hands Together, who won the Fred Winter at the Cheltenham Festival. You've got Naturally Nimble in here. We've got Live Conti for the Skeltons, who we've just spoke to them about, who they quite like. Mercy is obviously one of them that Townend's picked for Willie Mullins. The kind of bigger the rest. Joe, obviously a shame we're not going to see Lalamba. He's going for the 2 mile 4 race.
Yeah.
Who do you think's going to win in his place?
I mean, to be fair, it wasn't a horse that I would have probably backed in the market before. It's maybe not a horse I'd back now, but the money that's come for this JP horse. I mean, I always remember last year when I was there, JP sort of done the same with, I know the way you're thinking, didn't he? He went Kim Muir, got a graded horse into a handicap and then went to a graded race and won that. And obviously that's why everyone's sort of cottoning onto the Rocco factor now. When you look through that form, it is good form. And the money seems to have, absolutely piled in. And that's exactly the same as what happened last year with, I know the way you're thinking. I know Live Conti has all the sort of rage, didn't he? And he won at Wetherby. Did he beat anything? Probably not. But did he get asked any questions? No. Did he lose anything there? No. Personally, I think the reason he's drifted is he's come from France. He won on heavy ground over there. He won on soft ground at Wetherby. No one really knows what he's capable of. It's going to be good ground. It's going to be quick. In my opinion, I probably would back. I do quite like Mambo number 5. He won well at Kempton. That was on good ground at 10-1. Ben Paulin and Ben Jones, he cost a fair bit. 10-1 isn't a bad price at all. I think the race is absolutely wide open. I'd probably go for Mambo number 5 or Live Conti each way. But Live Conti's a big chance on his second run of his English career on good ground at Aintree. It is going to be tough. Yeah,
it's a fair comment. I mean, I'll keep mine short and sweet. I'm not. Well, I backed Put Your Hands Together at Cheltenham. Obviously, a nice winner. I'm not bothered about backing him at 6-4, 13-8. I'll chance Live Conti for Skeltons. We obviously just spoke to him. They think he'll be all right on the ground. Like you say, a little bit like the New Line when he won the Cello. It looks so effortless, and he didn't really beat anything. Similar to this horse, he didn't beat anything, but he's done it very comfortably. We don't know what he's going to be like. I think 6-7-1 each way is a fair each way price just to find out in a race where, let's be honest, any of them could improve at any sort of rate. So it's one of them. It's not a heavy betting race, but yeah, I'll chance Live Conti. What about you, Rich?
Yeah, I mean, the Put Your Hands Together has been backed like defeats out of the question. I mean, he's into 13-8 here on 365. He's probably shorter elsewhere. Again, it's that Cheltenham factor been so close to Aintree. It kind of put me off a little bit. I think out the JP O'Brien horses, I think I probably would prefer Natural Nimble, who was given that break from, was it Leopardstown in December? But yeah, I'm with you. Live Conti, speaking to Harry, he seems fairly confident this is a decent horse. His French form's pretty good. It's standing up well. Didn't really have to do a lot at Weatherby, but Dan Skelton is a mastermind at planning horses to pick up pots, and I think they'll want to secure that trainer's title as best they can this week. And yeah, I think Live Conti each way. I mean, he is drifting out a little bit. I mean, he's 13-2 now on 365. I would still chance him each way. I think if he doesn't win, I think he'll place, and I think he's definitely one to be excited for next year.
Yeah, I think you're bang right, mate. Love it. That's that one then. The bowl then, which is we've got another Skelton favourite in here. Grey Dawning's a favourite. Spallan's Tower comes over. Ahoy Signor, following the Gold Cup. Gaelic Warrior in here with Patrick Mullins on. That's tasty. Stage Star, a lot of people raving about him and the chances here. Embassy Gardens, Paul Townley's pick. Jello, the real whacker. Rich, are you with Grey Dawning or are you going against?
No, I think he's pretty solid in this. Obviously, Spallan's Tower is probably the main danger after finishing 5th in the King George. Grey Dawning didn't really perform. I think that Betfair Chase definitely left a mark. They freshened him up. He won last time at Kelso, beating Iroko. I mean, Iroko was running over too short that day, but he's done that well. I think, again, Skelton's obviously skipped Cheltenham in the Gold Cup to go for this sort of race, and I think he'll be bang there. I mean, Gaelic Warrior could either just absolutely hack up, or he could potentially just throw his toys out the pram. You'd be a bit concerned that Mullins is on him and not Townend.
He's got absolutely no chance.
But he is up in Trip. It'd be good to see how he runs over 3 miles. But
you could not put stolen money. Somebody could lend me stolen money. Sorry, Paddy. Anyway, carry on.
No, for me, Grey Dawning is a solid option in this.
Joe, are you in agreement or are you going against?
No, mate, 100%. I mean, Grey Dawning, when he first come on the scene, was spoke about in the Gold Cup sort of bracket for the Skeltons, wasn't he? And, I just think they've sort of thought this year with Galloping Deschamps, and obviously I know he got beat, but there was obviously, they'll have known how good I Know the Way You're Thinking was and stuff like that. I think they've realised, we probably wouldn't beat him. We'll go here and we'll make this our target. Spillane's Tower, I'm certain. Now, I know he has form on yielding ground and he didn't run that bad in the King George, but I'm certain they said that they wouldn't send him over if it was good, solid, good, sort of rocking ground, and you're definitely going to get that at Aintree. I think Grey Dawning will take absolutely all the beating here. I mean, it is sort of a classy race. You wouldn't be surprised if any of them sort of took this, but I do think Grey Dawning is absolutely rock solid.
Yeah, I mean, I'm probably more heading towards Grey Dawning. I think obviously he put a Rocco away pretty easily on a track, probably not entirely suited to himself, even though it wasn't entirely suited to a Rocco as well, but still put him away quite well. I think they've minded him since the A. run. Obviously didn't go for him in the King George, but yeah, for me, I've got him, and I'm might even have a little mug each way on Ahoy Signor. His best runs have come in this race. He's been second last twice. He has come into the bowl and run well off the back of a fall before.
He won't be Gaelic Warrior.
I'm so surprised they took him to Cheltenham. The form he has here is unbelievable.
And I suppose you just got to roll. When you've got a horse that could go well in a Gold Cup, you kind of just got to roll the dice, haven't you?
You've got to.
But all right for him. You
look at Grey Dawning and you say, well, let's be honest. No one thought Hyson Yard win that. I know no one thought. I'll sort of leave this one with James, but I know no one thought Golden Ace would win the champion hurdle or Marine would win the champion chase.
I mean, you've got to be in it to win it. I mean, you've named two there, two very, very, very lucky winners, Joe.
No, 100%, but you've got to be in it. But I just think when you've got a horse like the Aintree Bowl, a horse, you've got a horse who's pretty fresh and loves it, just said it. There's only a 3-week gap. Hoyson, you'll probably take a fair bit out of his races, the way he runs and how enthusiastic he is. Just save him for the day. Come on.
Look, I remember I saw an interview with Lucinda Russell. I can't remember which program it was on now. It might have been the opening show, something or other. It might have been Nick Luck's thing. And I think he said that it fell. I mean, he did fall early enough, and I think they caught him pretty much straight away. So it's not like he's had a full run round. So he could be one to back up. He's backed it up in the past pretty well. He could be one to back it up. Look, he's a 10-year-old. He's just as likely to fall or pull up or something than he is to win. It's a very, very small muggy each way, but I've got to have a little bit on him just in case. I remember trying to take Brave Man's Game on with him all those years ago. You remember Rich? And he just didn't think it. He jumped like an absolute fridge that day. He has jumped well in the past. He can do it. He's got it in him. Patrick Wadge is on. Maya Town style ride. Get him out in front and just plug away. Get them all off it and see if you can. Yeah, but my main bet would be Grey Dawn because I think Grey Dawn's another really good jumper. Similar thing. Spillance Tower, I'm not sure about him coming over on this decent ground. I'm just not sure about it at all. Get it, Warrior. I can't have him with Patrick on decent ground. Stage star maybe in each way. Yeah, the rest just no, not for me. So yeah, let's see what happens. Is that everyone? Moving on. Right, the big one, the Aintree hurdle. We nearly got the triple threat match, which would have been really good. But Brighter Days Ahead doesn't come. But we've got Constitution Hill, Lossiemouth. Nope. And we've also got Woodhoo in here, obviously won when we were at Cheltenham. Take No Chances 42-1. Tell her the name. And the winner, Break My Soul, 120. No, I'm not joking. Come on then, Rich. I mean, let's be honest. Let's just say one thing for a start. Would you say she's got everything in her favour now? If she don't win this with everything in her favour, then we can finally say that Constitution is just miles better. Because if he stays up, he wins.
He's on the drift.
Good, better price. That'll do.
He's out to 10-11. Lossiemouth coming into 6-4.
Oh, 10-11.
Lossie.
What a drift that is. Chuffing, he's drifting out to sea.
Oh dear. No, I'm a Lossie fan. She's, I mean, like you say, she's got a trip 2 miles 4. I mean, she'd have won the champion hurdle if she'd have been entered. She still.
I mean, she wouldn't have done. She'd have fell as well.
She still won a Grade 1. She got round.
She won a Mayor's Grade 1.
Still a Grade 1.
Yeah.
I just can't wait. The Kempton rematch is on, and everything is in Lossiemouth's favour.
So when she doesn't win, do we get? I want a full public apology. Yeah, and I want you to never want to hear it again. And you know what I mean.
No, if Conhill beats her, I will say congratulations, Conhill. You are the better horse.
Good man. And if Lossiemouth does beat him, I'll say fair enough over that trip. But I'd love to see it. I'd love to see it over 2 mile. Well, obviously over 2 mile, he's beat her, and so she might make it 1-1. Let's hope whatever happens, if they run close together and it's a good race, if they don't go for champion next year, it's an utter disgrace.
Shambles. You want no excuses this time around.
And I'd bin that mares off me. Make it a Grade 2, whatever, or something like if you've won it before, you can't run it in again. The best mares need to be in the best race. I don't care what anyone says for me. Couldn't care less. That would have walked over pointless.
That's why they've got the £7. You look at Honeysuckle. That's why they've got the £7. If that was a lesson to put your horse in this year, that was because Lossiemouth. I'm with you on that, Rich. To be fair, I think she would have won it this year. Granted, the two horses that probably would have beat her fell, but yeah, I mean, you've got.
Whoa! What do you mean?
Well,
all I say is the whole talk of welfare and all that. Like, she won that mare's hurdle. I mean, obviously, it's an easy race for her. She should have won it by a mile anyway. But she looked perfectly fine, fit and healthy. So there was nothing. Why did they not run it champion? They simply won because they knew she wouldn't. They thought she wouldn't win. Simple.
She's already lost to Conhill over 2 miles, so we know they avoided her. That's no secret because even Stateman, they said Lossiemouth couldn't live with Stateman over 2 mile.
They're not avoiding him now.
They know she's not. They know she's not a 2 miler. She's not a 2 miler. It's that simple. She's not a 2 miler. Whether they'll go for champion or not, I mean, she should give it a go maybe, but I don't know. She can't breathe when she's going that quick.
Well, just wait till next year. Just you wait.
No line beats them all next year. Who are you with, Joe, then? Conhill?
Yeah, 100%, mate. I think, obviously, like you said there, every every condition, every part of the race is sort of in a race in her favour. Do you not think so, Rich?
No, it's just your pick of Conhill.
Oh, but the fact that he's rated £15 higher than her, and she only gets 7. Yeah, I think I'll go for the horse.
For what she's done so far, she's got to step up massively to beat him.
He's got to get round.
I mean,
so is she. Last time,
I mean, obviously, last time
she did 2 miles. She couldn't see fences. She was breathing that heavily.
Last time she ran in a proper Grade 1 against, the boys, she couldn't live with it. She got tired. Apparently, she started staring at the goose or something across the.
She stared at the sky, thinking, "I can't even go this quick."
Yeah,
never mind.
She was praying, looking at the sky, and tumbled over. So, fingers crossed. What I want is them both to get round. Absolutely no excuses, because we heard. Let's be honest, we heard excuses last time.
Both to get beat by Woodoo is what's going to happen in this race, isn't it? That's what's going to happen.
Well, I'm just thinking that they're both going to tip up early and tell her the name's going to win. Oh my God. Anyway, let's just hope they both get round and it's a good race, because nobody's lumping or betting big on this race. It's just one to watch, isn't it? Right then, the last one we'll do on the Friday tomorrow. Oh, well, we'll mention Bumper if you want. We'll do Red Rum Handicap Chase. Eyes were on Etalon for this a little bit, but obviously Harry says he's not going now. They're just not happy with him. They've got Calico in here instead. You've got My Mate Mozzie, the Fox Tiara Primo, Sans Bruy, Petite Donaire. Joe, come to you first, mate. Are we on for this?
What was that? Sorry, my internet went there. What was that? Sorry.
Who are you on for Red Rum Handicap?
Red Rum. Sort of the same with Elaton, but I do like Primos for Lucinda. Obviously, went to go for the Grand Annual, and just couldn't get away in front run from the start, and sort of dropped in rear, and that was sort of the race over. Coming here, won't mind the ground. I think he's got an absolutely cracking chance. You look at his runs leading into Cheltenham, and they were good enough to get him a mark, but not. I mean, he won at Kelso. He got put up £1, so he's getting the experience without fully sort of exposing himself. He had Alan Doyle on at Ayr, who, in my opinion, that was a shocking ride. And then Derek Fox went and made all at Kelso. I think this horse wants to make all. He didn't get that chance in Cheltenham. I think he'll get the chance here. And off a mark of 130, he's practically getting weight off everyone. I think he'll be well in there.
Nice, mate. What about you then, Rich?
Not a massively strong opinion. The one I'd maybe chance was Sans Brute for Nichols. Didn't Bryony bolt upon him last year after he ran?
He'd run a off a mark of 128, in off 130 this time with Cobden on. Yeah.
Wins. Won't be a strong opinion, but he's the one of maybe chance each way to run well.
Yeah, I'm saying, mate. I'm on Sans Brute. As well.
James.
I like that.
Yeah.
Right, moving on to the next day then. The Malmain Novices Chase.
Whoa, Blue Bay.
Oh, sorry. No, you want to mention Betty Blue?
No.
Right, Blue Betty then for the bumper. Are you fancying her? Do you think she's going to go win? The form is pants, by the way, but she did look very, very nice. She did look very, very classy, I think. Can she step forward to win this?
Yeah, live Conti vibes. Didn't really beat much, but the way she did it was very impressive. I mean, Keelan Woods obviously came on and spoke very highly of her. I think whatever she does, she's definitely one to follow next year. And I'll quickly mention, I do like Will It Go Ahead in the Fox Hunters for Gordon Elliott. I thought he ran well in third at Cheltenham, so yeah.
I thought we were on Freddie Dams at 50 to 1, aren't we, each way for Team Skelton? Heidi's first spin round entry is going to be a winning one. If anyone wants a cheeky little pop.
No, not for me. But there you go. That's my day one.
So you think Blue Betty's going to win? I quite like that Jackie Hobbs. I think she's looked quite classy going into this. If that would be my other each way, but I'd love Blue Betty to win. Again, no real strong opinion. About you, Joe? You on Blue Betty?
Yeah, Blue Betty, a bit like Rich. Keelan come on before she even ran at Newcastle and sort of raved about her. She's out of Blue Brazil. She'll be quick enough. She looked stylish, didn't she, in Newcastle? And I think especially when Keelan goes straight away after that run at Newcastle, he mentions Aintree, and he mentioned Aintree on our podcast. It's a massive, massive thing to have a horse targeted for this, especially when it's Fergal O'Brien and Keelan Woods, who have both won this race in the last 2 years. So, yeah, I mean, I think she's got a brilliant chance. I really do. I think she can step up massively. 8-1, let's be honest, isn't a bad price at all. I think it's a decent price.
Good man. Fingers crossed she goes and wins. Moving on to the next day, then the Maldmay. We've got the handstands. He's currently favourite. Caldwell Potter steps up in trip after his Cheltenham win. Dancing City's in here. Paul Town in ride. Stella Story. Keeda Bourbon is Patrick Mullins' ride. You've got the Changing Man in here, and you've got Don't Rightly Known Jordans. I actually give handstands as a horse of thought at the beginning of the season, and I think I've actually only backed him on the one time he lost, which is quite funny. What are your thoughts on this then, Rich? Can Caldwell Potter do this supping trip, Dancing City? You're big on him for the Browns. He bombed out a little bit, but what do you think?
Again, it's another good start today too. I do respect handstands, think he's a good horse. Caldwell Potter, I mean, he just went from the front and nothing could get near him, could he, at Cheltenham? Stepping up in trip, quite interesting. I mean, Dancing City is a horse that I do really like. He's gone from 7s into 5s on 365. The one I'm going to chance, though, is Stella Story each way. I mean, I thought this horse had no chance at Cheltenham, given the ground. And he stayed on to get second. And I think a similar sort of, if it's a hard-run race, I think this lad will be staying on and, again, could pick up some nice place money or potentially could even go one better. I mean, he finished second to, I can't remember the name of the, Better Days Ahead, was it? At Navan, and then finished second to Lucky Watson at Cheltenham. I mean, he's knocking on the door, and who knows? But he'll definitely be staying on at the end. And yeah, I think each way is the way to go for this lad.
Love it. What about you, Joe?
It's a tough one, mate. I can't have Caldwell Potter at all, to be totally honest. For me, it'd be out of Dancing City and handstands. See, handstands unbeaten over fences, apart from his fall, which is. You know, everyone said Django Bay's crying out for the step-up in trip. He beat Django Bay earlier on in the season. Granted, it was different ground. But he stuck to the task very well. I think the step-up will suit. Dancing City won at Aintree last year, didn't he, if I remember correctly? Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did, yeah.
And he beat Jukebox Man, and obviously Jukebox Man is a very good horse. It probably did take a lot out of him at Cheltenham. But he won very, 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 very nicely that day, to be honest. For me, it'd be out of them two. If I can still get each way on Dancing City, I'll probably have a small win handstands and a small play each way on Dancing City. Like I say, I can't have Caldwell Potter, and I'm not sure about the rest, to be honest. What places is it? Oh, it's 1 to 3, and there's 8 runners, so I'd probably try and get the bet on as soon as possible. I think Dancing City won't be out the first 3, and I think handstands, in my opinion, will be the most likely winner.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with you there, mate. I won't waste any time. I'm pretty much on the same as you've just said there. I'm happy to chance Dancing City to bounce back. It is 3 mile, 1 furlong. I think he does go all right on the faster ground. He won't mind it. He's been there won at Punchestown, decent ground, won at Aintree on it. You know, I think he can handle it. I know people will call him boat, but Peter Harrison jumped on here. What's he put here? Dancing City needs 12 mile on a bog, in my opinion. So slow. Oh, well, you know, he's shown a bit of pace last season. You know what I mean? Who knows? Anyway, moving on. The top novices hurdle, then we've got Romeo Coolio in here, over 2 mile, 11 to 10 favourite. Tripoli Flyer, who skipped Cheltenham, Johnny Burke on. Salvatore Monday, apparently without the hood on. The hood's taken off, and I think Willie Mullins has a decent record with taking the hood off. Will he handle the ground? We shall see. Diva Luna, Jet to Vegas, Royal Infantry, Carbao, and Rubber Ball, and a couple of others. Joe, you on Romeo slowly, or are you going against? Is Salvatore Monday going to pop up with a win?
Do you know what, mate? I'm favouring Salvatore Monday.
No way. Oh, my God.
I know Romeo Coolio. To be fair, his run at Cheltenham was impressive in terms of, you know, the 3 that went from the front. He wasn't too far behind. The 2 in front of him were closers. They went a decent pace. And he still wasn't miles behind. But I know Willie said straight after Cheltenham, straight after the race, he mentioned Kopek aboard, went straight onto Salvatore Mundi and said, we haven't seen the best of him yet. We've seen the improvement when Paul jumped on last time. And I just think Paul on the hood off, it screams confidence and let him go, because I think you've got to trust the horse, really. I mean, they've got nothing to lose this season at all. I just think Romeo Coolio at the start of the week when he was about 7-1, he probably wasn't a bad bet at all. But looking at it now, for me, I'd got a chance, Salvatore Mundi. I think Romeo Coolio's had a busy season. He had a very tough race, a very, very tough race at Cheltenham, keeping the pace. And he never got eased down at Cheltenham at all. He kept going the line. I think that'll have took it out of him. And Sam Ewing on, I know he is a good jockey, but I think the loss of that is big. And I think Paul Townend could master the field in terms of a ride on here.
Yeah, it's a tight little race. What do you think, Rich? All good points there, Joe, mate.
Romeo Coolio obviously got the best form in this. Salvatore Mundi, I mean, how many chances are we going to give him? I mean, it's not like he's only had a couple of runs. He's had loads of runs over in France. He's had quite a few runs over in here now.
He's only had 4 runs. He got beaten at Cheltenham on his first run over here.
He's had about 4 runs over in France.
He's had 1 run in France.
1 run in France where he got beat and he finished second in a listed hurdle.
4 runs in
Getting
UK.
beat by Sergino by 1 3/4 length.
Well, let's not go back to the French form.
He's been living off that Sergino form for the.
He won a grade 2. He won a grade 2 at Punchestown before Cheltenham with Paul on.
I can't give him any more chances. I know one of those camps go, he's definitely a better horse. He jumps better at home. Well, we're not at home, are we?
You just know he's going to win this race.
Yeah,
he's absolutely bolt up, and we're all going to be like,
now, yeah. Saying that, I just can't back him. I can't give him any more chances. There's 2 I like in here. Diva Luna 8-1 each way. I think is a good bet. Ben Pauling said before Cheltenham he thinks that he's got a back now. I thought that run in the Mares Novice was a pretty decent run. I thought she had a good chance in that. We had Harry Skelton, obviously. Royal Infantry, I think, is quite interesting. He's had a wind surgery now. Harry said they're going to ride him differently, a bit more prominent. I think you'll see a different horse than he did last year. I mean, before his last run, he did look quite impressive. I just think at 25-1, he's probably one I'd maybe shout about each way. I mean, Tripoli Flyer skipped Cheltenham. I think he bled though, so I'd kind of avoid him. Salvatore Mundi, I've already said I can't give any more chances to. And I do respect Roman Coolio, but like Joe said, he has had a long old season. So yeah, I'll just chance a couple at a big price.
Yeah, it's a really weird race because I was kind of, giving the old Romeo Sloyer all season. And now am I going to back him at a short price? No, I'll leave him to win. Tripoli Fly, like I say, bled. That's why I skipped Cheltenham. That's always a worry. Salvatore Mundi's got. I was giving him every excuse under the sun after the win before Cheltenham. The hood comes off. Paul goes on. It is a plus that Paul's on. Obviously, we could see he's one of them. He could be anything. We just don't know. So you can't really trust him at 3-1 or whatever it is. Short price. So I'll have £1 each way on Royal Infantry.
In my opinion,
like I said, they've had the wind up, and if he goes off the front, who knows what he's got on it. But it's a big price. It's a place bet, you know what I mean? Place only bet.
And I think we all agree that, when you mentioned the Cheltenham form coming into Aintree, if you're backing Romeo Coolio at 6-5 in this race, then there's I don't think you should be betting, because I know he is better on ratings and stuff.
He's got the best form.
I mean, he is a fair favourite, to be fair. Just double him up with John Ball if you don't like the price.
24 days ago, he blew, and he blew, and I give him for that. It was an unbelievable run. I mean, who set the pace with him? Work ahead.
I suppose the only thing you could say is, I mean, Salvatore Mundi run at Cheltenham, Diva Luna run at Cheltenham. Then you get into big prices. Who are you taking if you don't want him to run at Cheltenham?
100%. But what I'm saying is, it's not just the Cheltenham. It's the fact that Work Ahead went with set the pace with Romeo Coolio. Willie Mullins said they went too quick.
He's a yak Work Ahead, isn't he?
Correct.
Willie Mullins, he might be a yak, but he would never have finished 71 lengths ahead in a normal run race. They went an absolute clip. And Romeo Coolio ran a fair race to only be beaten 7 lengths by Kopek de Board after taking it up. Because we all know what they think of Kopek de Board. I just think every race he's had this season, he's been asked a question. And yeah, he has answered some of them, but he's had to fight for every, and he's been on the go since November. He's running 3 graded races. He's only won 1. I know it was a grade 1, but I just think he's had a hard season, to be fair. And I think if you look, 24 days ago he had that run. You could not back him at that, surely.
I mean, for me, I was bagging him all season. So if I had a full clean slate, just looked at it straight up fresh, I'd probably say Romeo Coolio is the likeliest winner. I think he will win.
Do you?
I don't like Tripoli Flyer because of the bleeding thing. I just don't like it. And Salvatore Mundi's, we don't know what he's going to do. They set the hood off for all we know. Could start running backwards.
I would genuinely go to say Salvatore Mundi at this price is a fair bet.
Because he finished second behind Sergino once.
No, because he won a grade 2 hurdle at Punchestown. Everyone says they won't give him enough chances, but his first run over here was a Group 1. He ran
that grade 2 form though. How it doesn't really stack up to a lot, does it?
I mean, it doesn't stack up to a lot, but he's won a grade 2. He showed improvement from his first run to his second. Sam Ewan's back on. Actually, where did he finish here? I mean, that Kelly Store obviously ran in the. I know he didn't do much, but he ran in the Turners. You can just see it. You can just see it.
Well, we shall see. Monday won't have my money on. He's had enough of my money on, and that all went up in the smoke anyway. So he can go win for me. I'll happily watch. I think it is a fascinating race.
Some good racing.
Right, that's enough about Monday. Melling Chase then, short and sweet. Does John Bond just regain his? What's the word I'm looking for here?
Crown.
Obviously, people will say he doesn't like Cheltenham. I don't think he doesn't like Cheltenham. For some reason, somebody looking down on him don't like him at Cheltenham.
Something always goes
he still comes second. It's like every time he's going to still come second. It's like if you just didn't know anything, you just looked at the form, all them ones and a couple of twos, you'd be thinking, "Chuffing hell, how good's this horse?" No, it's unfortunate he didn't win at Cheltenham. Obviously, bombed out. Marine Nationale, luckiest winner we've ever seen. John Bond in here, El Fabiolo, you can't trust. Can you trust him to jump? I know he's up in trip, but chuffing hell. Protectorate, quite like Protectorate. Matata off the front, probably. I mean, for me, I hope John Bond wins. I'm not going to bet the race, but I hope he wins. What about you, Rich?
John Bond wins. Let's move on. Easiest race of the week.
Joe, you in agreement, or are you going to back Matata?
No, in agreement, mate. John Bond wins.
Good lad. Right, Topham then. Have you had a look at the Topham handicap chase? Blue Lord's favourite, James de Burley, Amarit, Glengooly, Bards in here. A couple of big prices. What are your thoughts, Sir Joe? You had a look?
No, I haven't really had a look, to be honest, mate. One that I did see, though.
I have a big price in this one that I do like.
One that I did see earlier on in the week, which really did catch my eye, was he is in here. Where is it? It is Marble Sands. He ran 41 days ago at Southall in a 2-mile handicap and finished second. And now he's coming back chasing. I mean, is that... Well, I mean, obviously it's not a known tactic, but have they run him in there to get him fit? Have they done whatever? He finished 9 lengths behind Springwell Bain, beat Seddon at the start of this in January at Cheltenham. He's not had some bad races, to be honest. And I think more for the fact of that Southall run is a bit mind-boggling. And he finished behind Hot Fuss, who didn't he come fourth at Cheltenham? Behind Put Your Hands Together, and he was only beaten 6 lengths, and he ran well in that race. To finish that far behind a horse who's very, very fast on the flat, to then come like over chase obstacles where he clearly jumps well, slightly upped in trip. You got 16-1. Keelan Woods is on as well. I think it's an interesting horse at a fair price.
No, it's a fair shout. To say he didn't look at it, it's not a bad little description there. Mate. I like it.
Anyway, but yeah.
Go then, Rich. Who's your big price?
So you'll think I'm mad, but
Don't we always?
I'm going to chuck a couple of quid on each way. Gentleman de Me at 33-1. I mean, runner up in the champion chase last year. He won at the track previously. I mean, he's won Grade 1s. He is 9 now. His form is nothing to shout home about, but decent ground is going to be right up his street. I think he always runs better in the spring. From memory, if you go back and look at his form, I think he does have better spring form. I just think in a race that looks quite open, 33-1, I'm just happy to have a couple of quid each way at that and see if he can stay the trip.
No, I like it. I might fully win on that as well. Right, we're going to move on to the Sefton then. You've got Calafet on Vol, Mr. Meggett's in here, Jacob Ladder for the Elliott team, Battleborn Lad, Familiar Dreams, Argento Boy, Moon Rocket, sort of bigger the rest. I'll start with you, Rich, mate. Have you had a look at the Sefton Novices Hurdle? Another Grade 1.
I have. I mean, again, nothing with a strong opinion. I do like Mr. Meggett for John Joe O'Neill, won at Aintree last time out in November. I think he's up in trip again with a tongue tie. I think they're probably targeted this sort of race for him. At a big price, I do like Jupiter de Mott's as well for Lucinda Russell. I think he's about 33-1. I might have a couple of quid each way on that. I mean, he finished second to Crest of a Fortune, but Lucinda's got quite a decent record in this race. So, yeah, again, not a massive opinion. I'd probably just have a couple of quid at Jupiter de Mott's each way, and if Mr. Meggett wins, happy days. Let's just cheer it on.
Yeah, if he runs, I like Mr. Meggett, hopefully. I really like him. I think he'd be my selection. What about you, Joe?
Yeah, 100%. I'm the same. There's only one horse that stands out. His last run was 150-odd days ago, which would maybe be a downside. But I mean, not in a bad way. He's a bridal merchant. He's never really been asked a massive question, has he? So you'd probably be tough to go against him from a race that sort of doesn't set the world alight. I mean, one who I probably would back, and I do quite like, but if Mr. Meggett doesn't run his Battleborn Lad, I think he maybe could steal it from the front. I think a lot of these could go to sleep, and Jamie Hamilton could sort of ride these to sleep from the front. But it's not a race that you're going to write home about. It's definitely not the best hurdle race, is it, that we're going to see at Aintree?
No, hopefully it's a nice race, and we'll see what comes out of it. But that's it for day 2 then. We're going to go on to the last day, and we'll sort of fly through.
Whoa.
What have I missed now?
Not doing anything else for day 2?
Have you got anything else for day 2?
Yeah.
We're not going to do anything else at the end.
I know, but I'm just mixing up a bit, last one of the season.
All right, are you taking over here?
220, Be Aware for Harry and Dan Skelton. Even Harry said he doesn't know how he didn't win at Cheltenham. I mean...
Coming swinging 2 out, he said.
Coming swinging 2 out, he just didn't pick up. Nothing, he just kept on going the same speed. He said potentially he might have just needed the run. I mean, we'll see. I'm happy to give him another chance. I believe Dan said he's going novice chasing next year, so maybe they'll want to go out with a bang.
No, want that for Country Mile?
No, I read in this previous somewhere that Be Aware is also...
Be Aware as well? Okay, no, that's fine. Go on.
And then the last race, the amateur race, I like Celtic Dino for Dylan Johnson, who was also on the show this season. I think he's about 7-1. I think he's got a good each way chance. There you go.
Love it. Right then, the last day, like I say, we haven't got declarations, but we've got a bit of an idea who's going to go. We're going to start with the Turners Mersey Novices Hurdle. This is the one that broke everyone's hearts. Lolamba goes here. I can't imagine the amount of anti-post money that's in the pan right now because of this horse. Potentially Cocktail Divan, Horatius Pearls in here, Blue Devasse, Regent Stroll, maybe going to go here. Good and Clever, short and sweet. If he runs, does the Lamba win?
Yes.
I mean, he's a big horse. The stepping up in trip's obviously going to aid him. You'd like to think that. It makes you wonder, do they think he's an Arkle horse next year? Or are they going to go up in trip further with him? Who knows? He probably would have been a Turner's horse, wouldn't he, Rich?
He would have been, but it's not there now, is it, unfortunately? Again, he probably wins, but it's not a race I'm overly bothered to be interested in getting involved with after Henderson going all last week, juvenile to declarations. 2 miles 4. So yeah, I'm not interested. Lambert probably wins.
It'll be a very short price, so it's one of them. Do you want a lump on? Probably not. It's probably best watch. Maybe have a little each way against him or something like that. If I was going to have an each way, it'd be Regent Strut. No, I'm joking. Back that with stolen money. Just trying to have a quick look there.
It does look a weak race, to be fair. I mean,
yeah, we'll have to wait for declarations to maybe find a bit of an each way against him, but yeah, it'd be more of a watching brief. The Liverpool, did you say Alhambra as well, Joe?
Yeah, definitely. I was gutted. He got beat at Cheltenham. I think he was very unlucky. He should go and win this easy.
100 to 1 shot beating him, can you believe it? Right, the Liverpool hurdle then, and it's Tehupu. Oh, I was on him again and he got beat. I can't believe it. Bob Ollinger.
Don't say 3 miles, apparently.
Well, he does on good ground, obviously, but you've got Kit's Boohull in here, which is a bit of a fly in the ointment. Strong leader, no chance. The Wallpark, no chance. Home by the Lead is obviously the interesting one. Has the form with Bob Ollinger, was kind of following him through when he got unseated. He's probably going to be the most likely each-way player from a lot in here. I know there's Gwenny May Boy. We spoke to Harry Skelton. I mentioned that we liked him for the attempts, but obviously he went and won the qualifier, so they've kept him back for this. They reckon he'll stay just fine. Whether he can step up to be at this slot, don't know. I mean, the whole thing with Tupo on the ground is a bit like. I mean, he did run to he run to the same level, the same rating that he run in last year's race when he won. He does handle the ground. I think he's probably a few pounds better on soft. So I think based on all that, we've got to take him on, haven't we? So I can't believe I'm going to say it, but well, Kit's Boohull's the flying out if he turns up, but. Probably going to have to give Home by the Lead a chance. Obviously, didn't have a hard race at Cheltenham, and I think just one chance. I'm going to give him a little each way chance. You're shaking your head, Joe, Rich.
I think his chance has been and gone.
Do you think?
Yeah.
He was brought down pretty early. Not brought down. He was unseated, didn't he?
Yeah, I suppose he was looking at that aspect, but
who beats Tupo then? Or are you going with Tupo? If I'm deserting him, he's going to win. So. Damned either way.
It's a shocking race, isn't it? Looking down the field, I don't know what else to back.
Well, this is the stayers hurdle market. This is why if something, a lot of people are calling for the likes of Ballyburn and what they call him, Albert Bartlett. Can't jump, but now he can.
I'll tell you what, when
Jasmine DeVoe, they're talking about them horses going to.
When Lossiemouth gets put in a place by Connell, she could end up in here being a stayer.
Yeah, she could be a stayer. Yeah, be a stayers hurdle. You never know.
I mean,
straight out for summit.
Again, it's another race I probably won't get involved with. I mean, Harry's going to ride Gwenny May Boy, I think, for the first time in a while. He's maybe won on the up. But Tehupu is just still, like you say, he got beat at the Stayers Hurdle, but he always runs to a consistent level.
6 to 1 for next year's Stayers. I'd back that, me, and pray for a bit of rain.
Exactly. I mean, he's consistently going to run to a level, and it's just what can get up to it. Good ground. Bob Ollinger obviously had that extra gear. In this, Hoopu probably wins, but again, it's not a race I'm going to be heavily involved in.
Yeah, I think it won a big price. Altabelli stepping up quite large in trip, has won the last twice. He might be one that could maybe stay on to a place. He's about 33s. But yeah, I mean, it's not, again, I mean, there's a lot of races you don't want to get involved in, but Joe, are you with Tupo? I just know if I don't back Tupo, he'll win. I just know he will.
Well, stay away.
Well, mate, I'm with Home by the Lee.
I believe it.
I'm with Home by the Lee with you. I think the yard were pretty strong. I know, obviously, he unseated at Cheltenham, but he beat Bob Ollinger over 2 miles 7 in December in the Savills Hurdle. Put him away quite easily by 6 lengths. He used to be an absolute lunatic, didn't he? I mean, I think he's settled down a little bit now. Kit's Boohull, is definitely the dark horse in here, though. I genuinely start to think now, I mean, I know it is a stayers race, but the more I see races won, they're always won from the back. I feel like if Willie sends this horse here, he's only, the first he's run is 2 mile 2. To step him up to 3 mile and a half a furlong, I don't know if he's got something up his sleeve or what, but it's not really something you do to a 5-year-old, is it? After he's ran twice here and won, especially at the end of a season, you don't give them a hard race over 3 mile. He must think he's got something there. He must do.
If it's declared with Paul on, you got to be thinking.
Yeah, that's what I mean. You've got to. I mean, Willie's probably thinking, well, we've got Tiupu and Home by the Lead to beat. They're obviously very old. Kids Boohoo. He might just have too much pace for them. We'll just settle him at the back and give him a boot home, and he will outpace him. He'll find that extra gear. Good horses can probably win up to 3 mile and come back down again. So you never know. But as it stands now, I would back Home by the Lead at 6s. Yeah,
I think you're right there. Love it. We'll see what happens. I just know Tupo will probably win if I don't back him, but I'm not going to back him, so we'll see what happens. The Mag Hull Novices Chase, and for me, Leo de Sud's going to bounce back. I think that Harry will hold on to him a little bit longer if he can. I know he kind of had no choice really with Marsbury making them errors, but I think he'll be able to do it in here. I'm not a fan of the rest of them. Only by night. It's between them two. I think they'll fight it out again. I think Leo de Sud will get the win of it this time. What about you, Rich?
Yeah, Lord de Sud for me, I think is a strong favourite for the whole week. I think he's one of the better favourites of the week.
What about you, Joe?
Yep, same here. Lord de Sud, in my opinion, if you're looking at Romeo Coolio and Lord de Sud, similar price, you definitely got to sway with Lord de Sud, haven't you? Surely.
Yeah, I think it's right. I think he'll win. We won't waste too much time on that. Right, the big one. One last race for the season. And I wonder who we're going to be picking. Here we go. The Grand National. Irocco is currently 7-1 favourite. It's been the plan all season, everybody. The plan all season. We're on him at bigger prices, into favourite. You've got Iron Maximus, who's second favourite, last year's winner. He's obviously quite up high in the weight. Stumptown, the cross-country winner. Hewitt's going to be in here, getting spin round here. You've got big, intense raffles. A lot of people were mentioning him. He's kind of on the drift now, which is interesting and sort of bigger the rest. Yeah, Rich, tell me, who wins the Grand National?
I mean, everybody has known since about October who wins the Grand National, and he was a far bigger price than he was. He was a far bigger price then than he is now. I'll tell you that for a fact. Yeah, it's got to be a rocker on it. I mean, we all backed him at 40s, 33s, 25s. He's now 8-1. This has been the plan all along. I mean, his rating's not moved. He's still on 152 from what he started on. Finished second to the Gold Cup winner. That form's looking pretty decent now. Yeah, basically JP said after that race that this is his Gold Cup horse, so let's have it.
Come on, Irocco. You gotta be Irocco. Go on, Joe. Is it Irocco, mate? Sod the rest.
Yeah, you couldn't ask for any more. I mean, to be fair, it's just like what a journey. I mean, what a journey they've had with him, and even like with us, it's just been unreal, hasn't it? To be sort of to know and see him and everything like that. I just love for him to win, and I know for a lot of people on Twitter, the G&G Brigade would be out in absolute full force. There'd be no stopping for weeks on end. But I just think, like Rich said there, I know the way you're thinking form and everything like that. I feel like, he's a steer, but he's also got that bit of speed. I mean, to finish, I'm not sure with the actual figures, but I think Ollie or Josh mentioned it when they done this yard tour that Irocco only got £3 off Grey Dawn in that day, and handicap wise he'd got 9, and he was only 2 lengths behind. Admittedly, Grey Dawn and was comfortable, but there was a £7 swing there, and people were sort of like, "Oh, he'll never win a Grand National after that." How can you say that? There he is, Craig's in, my man, Irocco. Get on that bus and go and see Irocco win. Yeah, I'm not going to ramble on anymore, but
good luck for Saturday, Craig.
Good luck, Craig.
Come on, Craig.
All the teams going, I think, aren't they? They're getting a bus. They're all heading down.
They're all going. Everyone suits green and gold. Oh, you can't write it.
Yeah, Peter's put here Highland each way is a big chance. I just can't see this Highland angle me that people are talking about. I don't know.
And one thing I would say as well, the way the Grand National's going, it's definitely a way classier race every year, don't you think?
Yeah, I mean the ground's going to catch a few out, I think, but I think Irocco, he's got. Look, it's a massive ask to win a Grand National. Obviously, you've got to get round, you've got to handle it, you've got to handle the ground, you've got to have any amount of luck go your way. So as long as he gets round safe, we'll be happy. But if he's there or thereabouts, he's a proper stayer. He's got a little bit of pace about him. Do you remember that time he won at Warwick on Chase Debut, the speed he showed? I mean, they were talking about him for an Arkle for a little bit. So he's got the travelling speed, and as long as he gets over them fences, which I think he will. He's going to have every chance. He's obviously got, like I say, a lot to go his way, but he's definitely got a fair chance at the bigger prices. Whether I back him now, you're talking a couple of quid, we're talking a couple of quid here, guys. It's a Grand National. It's not. Let's put your mortgage on something because anything could win it in that day. They could 10 of them could go at first. It all could happen. Do you know what I mean? Just relax, have a couple of quid, and watch your Rocco bolt up. And we'll have a field day. What you got on him, Joe?
Gamble responsibly, Joe.
No.
Putting 500 quid on a Grand National, I bet it's crazy that.
More than that.
500 each way, wasn't it?
What? I've just got win bets on him, mate. I've only got win bets, honest. I've got 50s, a bit on at 50s and a bit more on at 33s, and they're both win bets. Come on.
Why not? Why not?
Why Joe still lives at home with his parents.
I've seen Joe saying he's just got a house. Just house has nearly gone through. I tell you what, those bets will be straight out at window, mate. Once that mortgage starts rolling out and bills start rolling out, and everything else.
I know.
Lads, I've had a quid on today.
It's 6-4.
Right, lads, I've had 50p each way on this 6-3 shot. 4 places.
No, we've always got the remortgage button.
Yeah, true. Aren't we all? Let's have a look. One last thing. If he wins Saturday, lads, come party with us. Oh, yeah. It'll be some do, mate, Craig. Honestly, if he does win, I think you'll be partying till the week after, I think. But no, fingers crossed he gets round safe and it'll be a good race. I know people crab it because of the changes and stuff like that, but they've made it a bit safer. They've made it more. It couldn't have been what it used to be, but yeah, still a good race. We'll still enjoy it. Right, that's it, lads. We're done.
There's one more horse on the Saturday, James, that you have.
Oh, hang on. Have you got anything else you'd like to put out, Rich, for one last time?
Yes, just one. In the bumper on Saturday, he's 66-1, swinging on
Double
the steel.
in with the Rocco.
Double it with the Rocco, swinging on the steel. Rebecca Menzies. Who knows? Who knows? We just don't know how good he is.
Grade 2 winner, swinging on the steel. Rich, part of the ownership group. He'll be there with his pants around his head if he wins. He's looked good so far, mate. He's looked good so far. Could go and win, you never know. 66 is disrespectful.
Woodsy had a very, very big winner on Blazing Soldier. Is Rich going to have the same? I mean, he is retired, but Blazing Soldier, he give you that day out, James.
He lived on.
Cry in a minute. 33-1 it was at one point. We backed him. We were going to dream. We could dream with him. He'd have been going novice chasing now. He'd have won that handicap. He'd have put Jaguar in his place at handicap, getting £10 off him probably. Anyway, poor thing got retired. He got an injury, got retired, but he's all right. He's chilling out. It's a real shame. But yeah, good luck with swinging on the steel, Matt. I hope he goes and wins. Even if he places 66s, is mad.
Worth a couple of quid, isn't he? Each way.
Yeah, he's got a right chance, mate.
I mean, if I'll be honest, if I had a couple of quid, I wouldn't be betting on him. I'd be buying a share.
I mean, you have got a couple of quid, Joe. You just proved it with your Rocco bets.
Is swinging on the? Is it? Or it'll be after Grand National, won't it?
Last race on the Saturday, yeah.
Yeah. So when Rocco wins, Joe can use his winnings to buy a couple of shares.
Good point. Yes, James, you can. There is shares available, I still think. So
yeah. Joe has 50%.
You never know. That's it.
You never know, mate. It'll be a good day anyway. It's gonna be a good weekend. Hopefully we get to watch it all. Right, that's it, lads. We're done. Anything else you'd like to say before we go?
It's been a good season. Thanks for your support. Thanks for following us. Yeah, we'll have a break now for the flat. Might do 1 or 2 specials. We'll see. But yeah, just be lucky.
Be lucky indeed. Joe, any final words, mate?
Yeah, exactly the same, really. Be lucky. What season it's been. Probably a season where I haven't featured as much as I wanted to be. But that's this lovely box room that I'm in.
Twice, haven't you? Twice, 2 shows and a full.
This is the lovely box room I'm in. Finally aintree tomorrow, and the flat, as Woodsy realised on Saturday, the flat is back. It's better than he ever realised. He done very, very well at Doncaster. So did Rich, and I had a winner in the Brocklesby. We all done well. The flat is back. I think we'll have a few specials. Hopefully, get a couple of jockeys on it. And I mean, we won't be doing it every week because the following isn't as big. But fingers crossed, we'll still be getting some stuff out, keeping it ticking over. And yeah, been an absolute blast. Been a pleasure. These 2 lads have done most of the season, so thanks to them, really. But yeah, I've really enjoyed every time I've come on.
Just a couple of things I've just remembered. Are you going to announce who won the prize for the Anti-Post show at some point? We'll put it on Twitter. We'll put it on Twitter over the weekend. We'll set it up for Twitter because I can't remember who won actually. We'll have to sort his prize out because obviously thousands of people entered. We've got to sift through all the teams to find out who the winner was. I think the winner got 1 winner. So we'll announce that later on. I think there's a few with 2 winners.
Well, we'll have a look. We'll have a go through it and we'll announce it over the weekend. Yeah, we'll get that sorted.
And if you want some free tickets, then keep your eyes out all season.
Yes, I've got high people in low places now, and I'm managing to get quite a few free tickets. We had just give Ponty ones away. We had ones for Doncaster. We gave 2 away for the Grand National meeting. That were a good one. I gave some Cheltenham ones away. They're going to whichever Cheltenham meeting they want. We're going to have loads of Doncaster all season, pretty much. Few more at Ponty. You know, I'm on to people, so there'll be loads of chances to go racing. So make sure you follow us on Twitter and that. They'll all be up on Twitter all the time, as often as possible. Thanks again for supporting the channel, subscribing. We do appreciate it. We've had a good laugh this season. Obviously got like Punchestown left, but we probably won't bother with it like that. So we're going to finish it here. There might be odd show, like the lads say in the flat, maybe Royal Ascot, something like that, if we get a bit of a special on go. Doncaster were brilliant. I loved every minute of that Saturday. Got the winner of the Lincoln. Get up. You just about the winner. Yes. So yeah. What happens next season, we'll see. Time will tell. But yeah, it's been a pleasure, lads. And thanks again. So yeah, we'll see you all next time and have a fantastic weekend. Good luck with your bets. Bet responsibly or bet like Joe. And we'll see you later. Cheers, everybody.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye.